now tuned into the Team Lonely Child Boxing Podcast. Better watch out. Better watch out. Better watch out.
Welcome to the Team Lonely Child Boxing Podcast, keeping the real boxing, everything boxing. How y'all doing today, man? Hope y'all had a wonderful, wonderful weekend, man. We got a lot to get into, man, so why not just get on down and get into it now? First thing first, man, let's talk about what happened, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fight this weekend. To me, I thought it was a great fight between Mario Barrios and Javante Tank Davis, man. For those that's viewing right now, put your comments in the comment section, man. What you think about the fight, man? Was it good? Did you enjoy it? Was you excited? You think it was a big win? You think it wasn't? Just put your comments in there. We chop it up from there. To me, I listen. We got a lot of people out here. First of all, saying these different things about the fight. But to me, man, I thought Tank looked good. I thought Tank looked good. You know what I mean? Mario Barrios was a solid opponent, good fighter. Everything he was doing in there, like nobody was wasting their punches. They both was trying to like size each other up. They both was throwing, crisp, sharp punches and all that. It's just that, Mario had a nice little jab. You know what I mean? Virgil was telling them some good stuff in there. Don't bend down, stay straight up, throw your shots forward. You know what I mean? Like Tank, just listen. His power is real. You know what I mean? Power. Sometimes people just have ungodly power, and it looked like his power just was legit. His power is legit. You know what I mean? Mario Barnes did not fight a bad fight at all, and he's not a bad fight at all. You know what I mean? So we need to just dispel that. Real good fight, man. What's up, Joel? How you doing today, my brother? Good to see you up there. Thank you for tuning in, man. So so you got to check out the fight, man. What you think, man? Was it all that you wanted it to be? Was it? To me, exactly, exactly. To me, listen, like I said, it was a good fight. Mario Barrios was pretty much Tank was sitting there trying to find his timing because Mario kept his jab out there. That's what you do when you fight a smaller, stronger fighter. You keep your jab out in front of, kept your jab, and Mario kept popping the jab. And it wasn't just a fluke jab; it was a snapper jab to the point that Tank started putting his hand up to try to catch the jab and try to like take his jab away from him. He had to do different things like step into him and put his hand on Mario Barrios' jab to stop it from popping. Because if not, that jab would have took him all the way to the end. You know what I mean? So Tank was putting his hand up there, to stop the jab from landing. So, he took the jab away from him and then eventually caught him with the big shot. And I think it was like the eighth or ninth round when he first put him down the first time. And, the big shot kind of changed the fight. But then Barrios, when he got up, after that round, he showed that he was game. Because you know what I'm saying? He came back with some nice punches in the next round as well. Caught Tank with one shot that it looked like Tank kind of played it off to try to make it look like it didn't hurt as much as it did, but it looked like it buzzed. You know what I mean? Yes, Tank was sizing up that jab. Tank was sizing up his jab. He had to. He had to because the way Mario Barrios was fighting the right fight. He was doing everything he was told to do. He was doing what Virgil told him to do. He was ready. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But then eventually, okay, Tank did catch him with the big shot, and then that body shot. Whoa! That's a video we're gonna look at. That's a video we're gonna be looking at for a long time and years to come. We're gonna look at that body shot, the way he placed it, the way it rolls. Cause like when you looked at it live, it looked like it was kind of low. But when you look at the replay, he actually sat down and came up with the punch, and then he caught him right in the perfect spot. You know what I mean? That's look, when you get hit there, baby, I'm telling you right now, some people lose their lunch from punches like that. That was a beautiful body shot and the way to end the fight. You know what I mean? So, for those that watch the fight and then y'all, everybody that's tuning in, how y'all doing today? Put your comments in the comment section, man. Talk to me today. What y'all think of the Tank fight? Was it everything you wanted to be? You know what I mean? Because I seen a lot of people out here, complaining about the fight. Well, who's Mario Barrios? We need him to fight bigger fighters and this, that, and the third. And we complaining, we complaining and this, that, and the third. Listen, to me, only thing I was mad at that I had to watch that joint and work on my phone, and I wasn't at home in the lab and really get to enjoy what was going on because to me it was a good fight. I enjoyed the fight. I was excited. I don't care who in the ring. I don't care if it's Donald Duck fighting Daffy Duck. If it's a good fight, it's a good fight. You know what I mean? All I want to see is good fights. I don't care about names. Sometimes it's good when the big name fighters fight each other, but all I want to see is a good fight. and I saw a good fight. You know what I mean? I saw a good fight. I saw two guys going out there, and Mario Barrios came in there with, listen, you can tell when somebody's just an opponent there and he's just there to try to survive, or he's just there just to be there. But Mario Barrios came to fight. He came to boogie. He did, look, he gave it all he could till he took that crucial body shot. And then he tried to get up from that. You know what I mean? He tried to get up from that, but then after that, he didn't have no gas in the tank. You know what I mean? He didn't have no more gas in the tank, man. Yes, thank you. That was a good fight. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Now, let's get to the topic that a lot also that went viral yesterday and went all through the group is everybody want to say Floyd Mayweather was too involved. Floyd Mayweather was this and Floyd Mayweather did this and he shouldn't have been saying this. Let me tell y'all something. If you're a fighter in the world, first of all, let's first talk about the situation at hand. Yes, Tank was down on the unofficial card, Steve Farhood. And to this very second, I'm still trying to figure out how in the world did Floyd know that? Whether he went over there, maybe he went over there by the commentator's table to see what they were saying. But what everything he said to Tank when he found out Tank was down on the cards was needed. See what I'm saying? Because after he dropped Mario Barrios in that ninth round, it did seem like Tank took the round off. It did seem like he was starting to lose a little bit of gas in the tank. It seemed like he took that ninth round off after he dropped him the round before. So when Floyd went to that corner and said, hey, man, you are down on the unofficial card. I need you. I need you. See, we don't know the relationship with Calvin, Floyd, and Tank got. We don't know what dynamic they got when they not on cam. We don't know if that's something that they needed it. All I know is what he said to him that at that moment was necessary because he was down on the unofficial card. He didn't tell him no lies. He told him the truth. He was down on the unofficial card. And then he got off that stool and he went out there and went to work. He went and walked that man down and got him out of there. So listen, it's only bad when you lose. It's only bad when you lose. And for those that saying, oh, listen, sometimes look, I get it. A lot of people don't like Floyd, but some of this stuff that he do, y'all gotta ease up on it, man. Let the man live. Let the man live. Good God. If that was any other person yelling in that corner right now, we wouldn't be talking right now. But since it was Floyd, oh my God, why is Floyd trying to steal the spotlight? No, he told his fighter what he needed to hear. His fighter was losing on the unofficial card. That's a fact. But that's not uncommon at fights. Like for if y'all ever get a chance for those that go to live fights, go to a live fight. Look in that corner. You're gonna see all kinds of people yelling over there. When Wilder was fighting, it was so many people yelling in there, yelling to Mark Berlin, throw the towel, throw the towel, throw the towel. Mark Berlin, throw the towel. It was so many people yelling. That didn't come from his corner. That came from people from the back. They came out and said, Mark, throw the towel. And that's what happens. So don't let's not make a big deal out of that. If you got a young fighter out there, I would pray they got a coach like that. It's only It's only bad. It's only bad when you lose. Exactly. It's only bad when you lose. What's up, man? What's up? So yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Let them boys, let that man live. It was a great fight. He got it done. He got it done. He got it done, man. And like I said, if you got it, I wish listen, that man is so in tune to what's going on that he knew what the commentators were saying. He knew what the commentators were saying and what they was telling. Because see, believe it or not, for those watching the fight, even the cats with them commentators will train people what the decision could be. So had that fight went to the cards, and even if they gave it to Tank, there'd been so many people yelling, "Oh, Barrios got robbed," because they heard the commentator say that Tank was losing on the cards and kept flashing them scorecards on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly. Floyd knew exactly what he needed to do. He went over there, he got that man out. Floyd didn't want him to ease up thinking he was hurt. Right. But Barrios came back in that next round showing that he wasn't done. So I'm saying, so he needed to take the key to foot on the gas because it looked like coming off that ninth round, Mario Barrios was going to try to make a statement himself. You know what I mean? He didn't want Mario Barrios to get overconfident and Tank start to lose steam, and Mario Barrios tried to get Tank out of there. So Tank had to come out in that next round like a tiger, and the way he did because it was going to get different. You know what I'm saying? Things was going to get a little bit different up in there. Now, next, Now, now the next debate. Is Tank Davis on the pound for pound list? Is he on your pound for pound list? Does he deserve to be on the pound for pound list? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest to you, man. I don't know. I'm gonna get the Trayvon. I'm gonna get the Trayvon Marshall. You know what I mean? Shout out to Andrew Council and Trayvon who was on last night's card on PBC, man. Looked good, won by decision. You know what I'm saying? So man, shout out to the DMV and Andrew Council, man. There's a lot of great fighters coming out of the DMV. You know what I'm saying? Doing big things, man. They did good at the Nationals and a few months back. So look, DC is really doing their thing. Okay, what we got here? Right. That's exactly why he couldn't ease up. Barrios came right back and ready to fight. Exactly. Exactly. He showed he wasn't done. You know, he realized he got hurt, he got wobbled. Listen, that was a good corner. That was Mario Barrios had a good corner. You know what I'm saying? That was a good corner. Virgil Hunter, people give Virgil a lot of flack and people come hard at Virgil. But Virgil, listen, remember this, man. The last fighter Virgil took from the ground up became one of the best in boxing. You know, I get it. Some of the other fighters that went to him didn't pan out and didn't do that great, but when he had a fighter that he took from a child all the way up, they became one of the best fighters in boxing. And that man was by the name of Andre SOG Ward. So I give him his respect. You know what I mean? I give him his respect. You know what I'm saying? So that was Mario trainer. You know, SOG took time to be with him during the camp. He had a good camp. He's a good, strong fighter. He just got hit by a devastating puncher. Tank power is that devastating. I think both fighters proved they was warriors and really about the action. Yeah, yes, yes. Now listen, do I think Tank is on the pound for pound list? I will put him on there for those that want to keep him off your list. I don't have a problem if you put him on the list, if you take him on the list. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're not putting him on the list, I need to know who you got on your list. Let me say that. If he's not on your list, I need to know who's on your list. And then maybe we can debate. You know what I mean? I don't even do the pound for pound no more because the way these fighters are fighting and the way these fights get made no more, it's just too hard to say, who's really fighting the best and not the best and all that. You know what I mean? Because the way boxing is now, a lot of people don't even know who the best is. You know what I mean? Especially the people like that's complaining about fights like the one that just happened. You don't even know who half these fighters are. You got to watch boxing like continuously all the time because there are fighters out there that you may not see on TV. They might not have a big following, but them bombers can bring it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's me. Pound for pound, if Tank stay in the course he's on, definitely be one of the greats, man. Hey, we'll see. And while y'all out here, while y'all in the comments, tell me who y'all want to see Tank fight next. I know who I want to see him fight. I know it probably would not be next, but I do got a dream fight that I got for Tank. I got a dream fight. It's a fight that I want. I've been thinking about this fight ever since somebody said something about it a few weeks back. And the fight I really want for Tank, it's not Gary Russell Jr. It's Gary Antoine Russell. That's the fight I want. I want that fight so bad. So please, anybody near Adrian Broner, close to Adrian Broner, please tell him fight Gary Antoine next. So then, after that fight, Gary can spice up that fight with Tank. Not taking nothing from Adrian Broner. I just think Gary Antoine Russell is special. And since he's at 140, I don't want Gary Jr. to have to come up. I don't want Gary Jr. to have to come all the way up to 140. But we got one. We got one at 140. I would love to see Tank eventually in the ring with Gary Antoine Russell, man. I would love that. I mean, I've been thinking about that fight ever since Gary Jr. said something about it after Gary Antoine's last fight. I definitely want that fight. So listen, it seemed like hold on, let me get this right. He's on there, but still got work to do. Stay on there. He has to stay on track. He's on. He can't let over the gas. Who talk Gary Antoine Russell? Gary Antoine Russell, Joel. That's who I'm talking about. You know what I mean? He fought a couple of weeks ago on Showtime, knocked out the guy that Adrian Broner just fought, dominated him. He's definitely been he was listen. He's a rising star in the sport of boxing. I know everybody in this boxing, the DC group, know who I'm talking about. That's the fight I want. I want him to get AB next, and then after that, let's get that fight right there. I think a win over AB will raise the stakes enough because we know Floyd gonna play the money game. We know Floyd gonna play the money game. Floyd gonna say he only won big fights, and he did say he won people on the PBC side. Speaking of that, okay, everybody went crazy on Floyd. Floyd said, "Why Floyd don't want to?" Bro. The fight Tank better not take. He better not fight none of them Russells. They know him. Hey man, listen, don't be deteriorating nothing, Troy. Don't be deteriorating nothing. We want that. I want Gary Antoine. I want that fight, man. I mean, listen, I'm not saying who's going to win. I just think that will be a beautiful fight. Like literally, that will be a beautiful fight. For real, bro. I think that'll be a beautiful fight. You know what I mean? What's up with y'all in here? What's good, bro? Girl Jr. said Tank is ducking them. Mm, I would. Oh man, let me say this. Let me say this. Okay, they in two different weight classes, which Gary Jr. of course was willing to come to whatever weight class Tank was willing to fight him at. But Floyd, moved him away, and now that he's at 140, and Gary would have to come up like multiple weight classes to fight Tank. I wouldn't. I personally, I mean, I would love to see either one of the Russell boys in there, but I prefer it to be Antoine since he's a natural 140-pound fighter, and he got the goods. But all of them got the goods. All the Russell brothers got the goods. But I really like Antoine. I really like Antoine. And I really like Antoine's shot against him. I'm not saying that just because as just being a homer from the DMV. No, he got the goods. He got the goods. All of them got the goods, but he got the goods. That would be a fight. So listen. Okay, speaking of, I gotta kind of divert for a minute. Adrian Broner said he wanted to fight Regis Prograis. So, because they asked him at the fight, they asked him at the last event, would he fight Gary Antoine Russell or Regis Prograis? He said Regis Prograis. But now Regis is being linked to a possible fight with Terrence Bud Crawford. Even though I wouldn't want to see that fight AB, then Loma, even Devin Lopez, but stay away from them Russells. They will win. Whose side you on, Troy? Troy, whose side you on? Whose side you on? No. Well, he's not gonna fight AB. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. When you say fight AB, are you talking about Gary Antoine or are you talking about Tank? Because Tank is not gonna fight AB. That's never gonna happen. Tank will never fight AB. That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? I cannot, I can't see them doing that. You know what I mean? Them boys are like brothers for real. So if you talking about Tank, nah, he's not gonna fight AB. And I don't even think the Loma fight will happen. Loma can't come up to 140. I don't see Tank leaving 140. I think I wouldn't leave 140. I think he's comfortable at that weight. You know what I mean? The only question is now is do he press the gas and try to get get Josh Taylor? You know what I'm saying? Because that will be a humongous fight. But I don't know if Floyd would jump in that pond just yet. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not taking another one from Tank or anybody, but Josh Taylor is a dog. I think Josh Taylor showed everybody in that Ramirez fight that he's a dog. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to figure out if he's gonna fight Bud as well. But I'm thinking Bud will probably go with Regis. Not I think Bob will probably get Bud to fight Regis more than Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I think he'll fight Regis more than Josh Taylor because I can't see Bob giving Bud that big of a fight, knowing that this may be his last fight on the contract. It would be a beautiful gesture. It'd be a beautiful thing that we need to see, but I just don't see Bob doing that. I would love for Bob to do that, but I don't see Bob doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so I'm hoping that Bud take Regis, and that leaves AB fighting maybe Antoine. Antoine get that, and now that'll raise the stakes. That'll raise the stakes for Antoine to get that Tank fight. That's my dream scenario. That's my dream scenario. But then again, though, if that ain't who you want, who do y'all want to see Tank fight next? Since we here, who y'all want to see Tank fight next? You know what I mean? What's up, Mark Collins, Joel, my man Troy? Good to see you up in here, man. Who y'all want to see Tank fight next then? I don't care. Don't give me the side of the street, whatever. Just tell me who you want to fight. Josh Taylor and AB versus Twan. Yes. Who y'all want to see Tank fight next though? Who y'all think want to see? And I'm gonna say this right now. And I'm gonna say something. Let me get this controversy started right now. Let me get this controversy started right now. For all y'all that saying Mario Barrios wasn't this and Mario Barrios wasn't that, I'm on record, and I'm gonna say this right now. That if Mario Barrios fought the same way he fought against Tank, against most of them other guys, Loma, Devin, and all of them, I think Mario Barrios gets him. He's not a bad fighter. He didn't fight a bad fight. He just got hit by a bigger puncher. Sometimes power matters. Power matters. And I think Tank showed that his defense was a little bit better than people anticipated because like Tank's head movement and the way of getting out the punches was good. You know what I'm saying? Mario versus Mikey got no, no, man. Mike, no. Plus Mario, I mean, Mikey not coming back down there. Mikey staying at 147. Mikey may be the next opponent for either Keith Thurman or Ugas. So he's not coming back down there anyway. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mikey's not coming back down there. You know what I mean? Nah, I want Mikey to get that I want Mikey to get that to get that Ugas or Keith Thurman fight. I think that'll be a good test for everybody involved. That's the fight I want to see up there out of that one right there. We getting let me get back on the topic here. Oh, I know we hot and heavy. Speaking of Loma, Loma fought Nagatani. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna say his name, but Loma fought Nanataki on Saturday night, dominated him, plowed through him. I'm just gonna give Loma his roses. It was a good win because we all know this is the same guy that gave Teofimo a very tough fight out here in the DMV at the MGM, and he really gave Teofimo a real tough fight. Had people questioning Teofimo and whether Teofimo was really that good or not. So for Loma to go out there and just dominate him and do everything he did, I'm just gonna give him his roses. Now, speaking of that, Lomachenko said, in fact, no question, after that fight, he definitely wants his rematch with Teofimo Lopez. He said he don't want no other fight but the rematch with Teofimo Lopez. Now, hopefully Teofimo gets himself back together after COVID, take care of George Kyle Boscus, and then we can get that rematch. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't see nothing changing. I got Teofimo beating Lomachenko again. I got Teofimo dominating Lomachenko again, and I think he'll beat him easier this time. I'm not falling for the smoke and mirrors of him beating Nagataki because listen, a lot of fighters come back after COVID and haven't fought since the pandemic. And sometimes fighters, I'm not taking nothing away from Loma's victory. He get his rose, he won. But it did look like, Nagataki wasn't in his best of shape. He didn't look loose. He didn't look ready and all that. And that comes from rust sometimes. So, maybe Loma just caught him rusty and he was able to do what he got to do, not taking nothing away from his win, but and all that. But I'm not blown away by the victory, just by the way Nagataki looked. You know what I'm saying? If both of them was at the top of their game looking fresh and sharp, and then he dominated them like that, that's different. But he just didn't look like he was there. So speaking that's not gonna make me say, oh, now Loma's gonna come back and look great and fresh. Only thing I want now, at this time when Teofimo beat him, no more excuses. I don't want to hear nothing about his shoulder. I don't want to hear nothing about he was rusty. All of that's out now. So this time when Teofimo dusts him off, it's legit. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me hating on Loma. I just don't think he can beat him. Where do you rank Loma after the lose to Tokyo? Because Tio a duck. Because Tio a duck? Nah. I think Teofimo took it as a disrespect. Teofimo took it as a disrespect as the fact that it was this. All right, here's the situation. They didn't set up a rematch clause or nothing like that because they didn't think Teofimo was had what it took to beat Loma the first time. It was pretty much put together as Loma gonna come out there, dominate this young boy, ruin him, and all that was going on. So Teofimo didn't like the way, then he had to ask for more money. They had to renegotiate to get the right contract. Teofimo didn't like a lot of that. And then as you saw, that's why Teofimo's next fight is on Triller. His next fight against George is on Triller. It's not on Top Rank. Even though he's now came back, Bob promised to give him more money per fight. So now he's back with Top Rank. But yeah, Teofimo was really felt disrespected by that whole situation with Lomachenko. So that's why he didn't want to give him a rematch. I ain't what's to be scared of? He beat him. You know what I'm saying? He beat him. You can't listen. You can't never tell me I'm ducking somebody I beat. You know what I mean? I can't beat somebody and be scared of them at the same time. The two sentences don't go together. See what I'm saying? That's me. That's me. But what y'all think, man? Who y'all think winning the rematch between Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez? What y'all think, man? I'm going with Teofimo all over again. I got Teofimo. Actually, I got Teofimo stopping him the second time. I got Teofimo stopping him this time. If Loma comes in, if Lomachenko fight like he fought the other night, aggressive and throwing headshots and coming in on, I mean, he wasn't wild, but he was throwing a lot of big punches. He was throwing much bigger punches than he normally do. He's sitting down on his punches. If he does that, I got Teofimo flattening him. I got Teofimo stopping him by the 8th round and sitting him down. You know. Also on the undercard of the Tank fight, Lubin versus Rasario was another good fight. That was another good fight. It was some good fights this weekend. Even last night on the Fox PBC card. I know most of y'all was probably watching basketball and other things, but or the BET Awards. But last night, it was some good wrecks on there last night. I mean, I know I caught this fight, Apache versus Glanton or whatever like that. You know what I mean? That was a nice little fight. You know what I mean? I'm saying he ducking all the other contenders doing the same thing Loma and Canelo doing. Well, he only has one fight. This is his first fight since then. And after that, after he fights this fight in next month or the month after that, I think, matter of fact, I think they even moved that fight back to September. You know, great fight all weekend. Yeah, man, them two crews. Hey, man, them Bama's was rumbling. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. All I want to see is good fights. Sometimes the names don't matter. Sometimes we get the names on the fight that we want, and we be mad and half sleep because we paid all our money and the fight wasn't that good. Give me a good fight. If it's a good fight, that's all I want. Them boys last night was rumbling. That should have been on the pay-per-view card, man. Them boys rumbled last night. Just like Rasario and Lubin. That was a good fight. Them boys really rumbled. Them boys was really rumbling. I feel bad for Banana, man, because you know, it just happened. It's a sport of boxing, baby. It's the hurt business. But it seemed that he's a kid that had such a bright upside, man, coming off two back-to-back knockouts and coming off not just knockouts, but getting hurt to the body. Like, he got hurt to the body. Lubin really focused on his body, you know what I mean? And really, and that really broke him down as the fight went on and finally got him out of there. You know what I mean? So, Rosario, he had his moment. He caught J Rock at the right time, but then he fought two big punches in Jamel, and then he fought Lubin, and it just seemed to be too much for him, man. Talk to me, y'all. Give me y'all thoughts on all the fights this weekend. What you think of Tank? Is he pound for pound ready? What you think of the Lubin? You know what I mean? Tell me what y'all think out here today, man. Appreciate all y'all time and in today, man. I'm here till y'all push me off here today, man. We're gonna enjoy this thing though, man. What's up, Troy? So let me see. Where was I going? Where was I going? Where was I going? Yeah, them body shots, man. Like, oh, okay. What's up, brother? Facebook jail. What you doing in Facebook jail? You know what I mean? Hey, listen, stay in the box in the DC group. I know that nobody from there better not to put you in Facebook jail. You know what I mean? I know some of the people in the box in the DC group need to be in Facebook jail. But talk to me, Joe. Talk to me, Joshua. Oh man, box in the DC, y'all up here. Let's go. What y'all think about the fight, man? What y'all think about the fight, man? Think about all the fights. I mean, I was up last night looking at, like I said, like me and Troy just said, them cruiserweights that was on last night cards was rumbling, man. They was rumbling. Shout out again to Andrew Council and Trayvon, the Sniper Marshall. They was on last night card. They look good. Like I said, the DMV, we got some stuff brewing out here. We got some good stuff going out here. You know what I mean? Jaleel Hackett was on Floyd's card. We had fighters on there last night. Of course, I'm advocating right now. I'm gonna put it out there again. I want Tank and Gary Antoine Russell. That's the fight I want. That's the fight I want to see. I'm saying it now. I want that fight. So I need him to get the AB fight versus AB fighting Regis because we need that fight. But tell me what y'all think, man. I see y'all up in here, man. Tank handle Barrios. Tank handle Barrios. Barrios are solid and much bigger. Tank is world class power. I agree. I agree. I would love to see that one as well. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm gonna be honest. Let's just ask y'all a question. I mean, the only person that I think people would want to see out of the group now now is probably him versus Teofimo. But do you think Devin or Ryan Garcia or any other rest of them can handle Tank's power? Because I don't. I don't. I think now that we saw it, because like I said, Mario Barrios, everybody's gonna slight because they don't really know who Mario Barrios is. But like I said, Mario Barrios was not a bad fighter. He's a solid fighter who had a solid camp. What a solid core people out there. You know what I'm saying? He fought a good fight. He didn't fight a dumb fight. He fought a good fight. And I think Mario Barrios would be a problem for a lot of them as well. But I don't think no disrespect. I don't think Devin Haney could stand up to that. I just don't. Not taking nothing from Devin Haney. I don't think Devin Haney could stand up to what that man did that night. Because it's clear that Devin Haney doesn't have no real punching power. You know what I'm saying? Tank showed a lot of true grit in that fight. Much credit to Floyd. He gave him the right speech. Thank you. I thought I was by myself. I thought I was by myself. But all I'm saying is this. He applies the same dedication to his fighter that night that he applied to himself because he's listening to the commentator and he knew that Tank was down on the unofficial card, regardless of what you say, because the unofficial card is the one that dictates the court of public opinion. Whether the judges watching calling the fight calls it that or not, people are influenced by those Harold Letterman cards, those Steve Fallhead cards. People are influenced by that. So Floyd knew that. Like, nah, you got to step back on the gas. Plus, Tank did look like he took his foot off the gas in that ninth round. Okay. No people beat them all, Devin, Ryan, and Shakur. Why you put Shakur in there? Don't put Shakur in there. No, don't do that to Shakur. Don't do that to Shakur just yet. Don't do it. But I think Shakur just way too small. He's just way too small. You know what I'm saying? Tank and Shakur will be a good one. I say 50-50. He's too big for Shakur. I think he's too big for Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I think he's too big for Shakur. You know what I mean? Even at 135, I just think that he's just too big for Shakur. Shakur is small for his weight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I think Shakur in terms of pure boxing ability, to me, Shakur is the best boxer of them all. But you know, if he wasn't willing, and I'm not going against what I said about when he fought his last fight, but he wasn't willing to step up. Tank is at the point now. Like all fighters go through a maturation process where you go through where you're learning, you're growing, and then all of a sudden you find your niche. Like you find that thing. Tank has found his. Other fighters are still trying to find themselves. Am I a boxer? Am I a puncher? Am I a pure boxer? They're still trying to find. Tank knows what he is. See what I'm saying? Tank knows what he is. You know what I'm saying? Barrios got a world-class trainer. Hunter told him to do the right things. The thing Barrios couldn't plan around, getting bopped in the mouth. Everyone got a plan. Facts. 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 You know what I'm saying? Facts. I think it was a dandy of a fight, man. Hold on, what we got here? Loma needs to give Gabriel a rematch now that he can speak English and learn the word. Hey, hey. You know what? Well, Gary said this, man. Gary said it flat out. He said he don't care what Loma do. He want to make sure he get that fight before both of them end their career. I hope that happens too. You know what I mean? I hope that happens too, man. You know what I mean? Tank, Tank got that great equalizer and that power. Even if he ain't the best boxer, he know how to get them punches in there. Hey, man, listen. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something. Some of them punches he threw and the way he threw them, from the angles he threw them. See, here's the thing. I'm gonna give y'all is the analogy was this. Like Roy Jones was an exceptional athlete. You know what I'm saying? He was an exceptional athlete. He can go from A to B in the light bleed, throw punches from weird angles and stuff like that. The thing is, Tank knew how to do that, but it's where he was placing those punches that made me say, hey, man, that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's not normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when he threw that uppercut, the uppercut to the body at the end of the fight, from the angle he threw that punch from, that punch wasn't supposed to land like that. But his athleticism curved him up in the body and it came and the punch rose up to the right spot. That's not, he can't, that's listen to me. There ain't nobody in the gym teaching nobody that right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It may be few. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Russell Jr. record is better than Loma's now. He has a belt. Facts. Facts. We want that fight. Hey, we want that fight. We want that fight. We definitely want that fight. Tail Filmer is going to be wrapped up for a year, and we don't know what he's going to do. Tail Filmer is going to be wrapped up for a year, and we won't know what's going on with Brian. So Haney may be makeable fight. Plus, Devin and his dad have some history with. Hold on, let me diss with this one. I'm gonna be honest with you. You might got a point there. You might got a point there with Gary with Teofimo because he got George. He got George coming up in September, and then he gonna fight Loma in the rematch. So yeah, we talking maybe a year before he can even get Teofimo in the ring. We don't know what's going on with Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on with Ryan Garcia, and Devin. It's not gonna happen no time soon. That's not gonna happen no time soon. You know what I'm saying? Mario had Mario had problem with southpaws and set him up with that right, then landed it all night. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But here's the thing though. Even though he had problem with southpaws, he was throwing that beautiful jab. The jab he was throwing was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He was throwing a beautiful jab, and to the point that he had to take away that punch. He had to take away that punch by timing that jab. And he said, I want that fight. Gary Russell knocked him down once and they called him a slip. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. That happened. That happened. That's facts. I think that Devin saving grace run from Tio as long as he can. Well, like it's like they just said, Teofimo, now that he caught COVID and his next fight ain't till September, and then he's gonna fight Loma next. So Teofimo is pretty much out the equation for about a year. You know, for at least 6 to 9 months, he's out of the equation. And I don't think, listen, even though Devin Haney is somewhat his own boss, Eddie Hearn is, after watching that performance, is not going to just throw him in the ring with that man. You know what I'm saying? Does Gary really want to fight Loma again? Really, after that fight I watched, maybe we should ask Gary one more time. I did ask him. Yeah, I did ask him when we did the interview. We did ask him. He said no matter what he do, he wants that fight again. You know what I'm saying? He said no matter what, he wants Lomachenko again. If he don't get no other fight, he want that one. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All black fighters shouldn't fight each other and just snatch up all the belts in the weight class. You're gonna get me in trouble. Loma said that Tio was running scared and Tio's father can't stand that chatter. You think Tio father about to fight Loma? Nah. But I think Teofimo gonna stop Loma when they fight him again. I'm not blown away by him beating Nagataki, man. I mean, listen, Nagataki a good fighter. I'm not taking that from him. Good fighter, solid fighter. I just think that maybe Nagataki was a little rusty. I'm not trying to hate on Lomachenko's victory, but he just didn't look right. He was swinging all wild. His punches was all like, it's like Lomachenko was just easily walking him down. His jab wasn't there. I didn't think much of that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think, and you know what I'm saying? Teofimo was about to get those belts from Kyle Bowser. He knew it too. Man, what? What? No. I think, man, listen, this is what I think on the Teofimo thing. I think Teofimo, I think Teofimo, I think Teofimo and Triller realized that it got hot. See, when they first made that fight and they got that purse bid off, it was boxing was kind of in a shaky place. Fights wasn't getting made, but then all of a sudden it got hot. See, now all of a sudden we got a whole assortment of fights coming up. So now they trying to find a spot where they can fit that fight in because now that they didn't get Evander Holyfield or whoever to headline the card, that's what they did. So now Oscar De La Hoya is headlining that Triller card. That's why the fight. They had to move that fight because they was about to lose money. See, Triller's all about the money. Not saying they not trying to do good things in boxing, but Triller is money makers. They not about they wasn't about to just throw a fight out there just to have a bad ratings and not get their numbers. So Triller moved that fight. So that's why I think what really on with Teofimo, you know what I'm saying? Is Gary Russell going to fight this year? Yeah, yeah. I will get the confirmation, or hopefully if they don't put it out themselves, I will get the confirmation on what he got going on as soon as I can. But definitely he is fighting this year. Hold on, y'all popping on me on here today, man. They had to hurry up and pass the Asian hate law before Spence put man in a coma. What? What? You know what I'm saying? Showtime dealers released that. You mean Showtime released that schedule? Yeah, I'm not just Showtime. I mean, see, first when Triller first made that Teofimo card, when Teofimo made that card, it was like, okay, we good. We got Holyfield on as the headliner. Ain't too much going on. But then everybody now we got we got Bud coming up at the end of the year. Pacquiao, Spence, Fury, Wilder 2, Usyk versus Joshua, possible Canelo versus Caleb Plant. It's hot. Boxing back. It's hot. Tank just fought. I mean, it's hot. You got to fight. Now you got to pick the right weekend. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick the right weekend. Put your Hey, Chuck, it's hot right now. Put your comments and all the stuff that you got to say about Tank up here right now. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Question: Who's next for Lubin? 154 is rich with talent, but giving her J Rock's elbow to Jamel as the top dog. Okay, this is what they want for Lubin. After he after he after Jamel and Brian Castellanos fight their next fight, which is for the undisputed title at 154, he wants the winner of that. You know what I mean? If that win is Jamel, I think Jamel will do the rematch because I think Jamel would need another like big time kind of fight. I need to see Tank versus Gary Russell. Which Gary Russell though? Which Gary Russell you talking about? Gary Jr. or Gary Antoine? Which Gary Russell? We got to be specific now because it's two up there can fight him. But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say you need to see Tank versus Gary Russell. Talk that talk. Put them comments up there. Talk that talk. Put it up there. Joe Swan, man, Jamel is going to have a psychological edge over Lubin. Lubin was hurt by Garcia and Rice and Garcia. I think so too. I think so too. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Fury about to go back to pillar fist. His fans are going to be like, where did that knockout power go? All right. Okay. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be 100. I want Deontay Wilder to win the fight. I do. I want Deontay Wilder to win the fight against Tyson Fury. But I don't think so. I just don't. I want to see something different coming from that camp with Malik. I like what he's doing. I love the head movement. I love the speed and everything. But he's still throwing the same punch. Even though it's faster, it's sharper, crisper. But I need to see some hooks, some uppers, not a straight punch. Now he might hit the speed he throwing it might be able to catch Fury, but Fury's time that straight punch. Okay. I think Tank has had an easy road. We shouldn't be talking about him on the pound for pound list. Most of the fights have been title fights since signing with Floyd. I boxing the DC and everybody on this panel. Mr. Chuck Lane put something out there. What y'all think? I want to see what y'all got to say about this first, man. He says, I think I'm gonna read it again. I think Tank has had an easy road. We shouldn't be talking about him on the pound for pound list. Most of his fights have been title fights inside of a Floyd. I see all your other comments. Keep them popping. But let's hit this real quick. Let's hit this real quick. Nah, Tank's solid. Hey, Joe, you might got to give him more. He need more of an explanation than that. Oh, you think it's some truth to that? Okay, 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 okay. All right, I'm gonna let a few more people populate on that. Now, 63rd, are you saying he should be pound for pound or he shouldn't be? Clarify that for me real quick. Clarify that for me. Tank, so you saying he is? Okay. Did he just jump up 2 weight classes and get a belt? Yeah, he did go up 2 weight classes and get a belt. Okay, well, we got this. Hold on. None of his fights have begun against top 5 ranked in 120, 135, 140. Okay, okay. Nah, he just beat 2 solid dudes in a row, 3 including Gamboa. Hmm, 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 hmm. Not pound for pound, top 10 yet, maybe top 12 to 10. That Pedraza fight one is a solid one. It gets bigger with age because Pedraza is legit. I'm not sure something. If okay, listen. If he's not on your pound for pound list, then who is? Then I'm not saying he should be. I'm not saying he should be, but if he's not on your pound for pound list, then who is? You know what I'm saying? If he's not on your pound for pound list, then who is? See, that's the thing. That's the whole thing about it. I missed somebody's comment up there. I'm sorry. They pop it in too fast. But Barrios had a belt at 140 if he ain't ranked at the top. Who is? Barrios is ranked 140 in the top 10. Can Chris Calvert or Rolly Romero get Tank trouble? No. No, they can't. He was champion 140. He can't be ranked 10 if he's champion. Here's the thing about that though. All right. It's a great big discrepancy about the WBA title that Tank fought for against that. That's a valid argument. I ain't arguing about that. Okay, because all the belts, the major belts, supposed to be with Josh Taylor. See what I'm saying? So I don't got a problem with those saying this title, that title. I'm gonna say this though. Here's the thing. Mario Barrios was a legit fighter. Mario Barrios had fought some legit fighters, and Mario Barrios did not look bad in that fight we just saw. You know what I'm saying? So Jamel, Spence, Canelo, Little Charlo, but Tank top 10 pound for pound. He don't gotta be listen. There's no to me right now, y'all. There ain't no real right or wrong answer on this. You just if you're gonna say yeah, have a legit reason. If you're gonna say no, have a legit reason. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he ain't. I'm just saying if he's not on your list, then who is? I want to know because this it's a fraudulent pound for pound list out there right now. It's people on that pound for pound list that ain't done that's done less. You know what I'm saying? We had people ranked high ranked, like for instance, I'm gonna give you an answer. I'm gonna give you an example. Like Triple G was ranked high on the pound for pound list for years and never cleared one weight class. And never cleared one weight class. And the only fighters he fought that was legit in those weight classes was Danny Jacobs and Canelo. Daniel Gill, Ricky, Rubio. Come on, man. And he was ranked pound for pound. So if Tank is not, tell me who is. He said, why not Chris Colbert? He's too little. He's too little. He's too little. You know what I'm saying? I like him a lot. I just don't think listen. Tank is the kind of guy that looked like he got real power. You know what I'm saying? He has real power. It's not a facade. Some people got devastating power. Hold on. Name your 3 active fighters, and I got Spence, Tank, and Antoine Russell. Oh nah, I ain't saying Barrios was pound for pound. I was saying he was leader at 140, not saying he pound for pound for. His road was just been easy, with the exception of Gamble and Leo Barrios. Everyone else, them has been cad drivers. He's a paper champion thanks to Floyd. Oh my God. I what y'all say about that? He's saying the man's road has been easy, with the exception of Gamble and Barrios. Everyone else before that has been a cab driver. He's a paper champion thanks to Floyd. Oh, hold on, Dante Bonds. What you saying facts to though? Are you saying facts to what Chuck just said, or you talking about some of these other comments? Colbert versus Stevenson is another good one. That's what I'm saying. He he's more Colbert is more Shakur size. Tank is too big. That's what I'm trying to say. He's too big. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Tank has natural born power. Fact, Tank has power. Gotta throw Pedraza in there as a top opponent. I would say that. Tank is definitely a champion, definitely not a paper champion. All right. Let me say this. All right. As we go through, for all y'all that want to talk about this, let me get this on. For all y'all that's saying this, right? Look, think about this. Think about this. Look, go through Ryan Garcia's list. Go through Devin Haney's list. Go through Shakur's list. Except for Teofimo Lopez, none of them has fought nobody of the caliber of the fighters that Tank has fought. Except for Teofimo, who fought Lomachencho and Richard Comey and Nakatani. Everybody else, Devin Haney's best fight, toughest opponent, was Jorge Linares. Facts. Shakur's best fight or toughest fight was the guy he just fought. Not dissing them. I'm not, listen, I love all of them. So I'm not dissing. I'm not dissing them. I'm just saying, look at all of the rest of the youngins' road, right? Look at everybody else's road. You know what I mean? And then let's go back and look at Pedraza, Leo Santa Cruz, and now Mario Barrios. Other than Teofimo Lopez, none of these other youngins got that on their list. Now, Lomachenko has a better list or a better list than him too, but Lomachenko is 33. But I'm talking about all these young fighters out there. Look at their list and look at Tanks. And then come back to me and tell me who had the easier road. All the youngins are following the same blueprint. Who have they fought until they fight each other? Okay. That may be true. That may be true. But let me ask you a better question. Why we got they all ducking each other down there except no trigger. Okay. Duck is a powerful word. Fight is fight. Fight is fight. You know what I'm saying? I grew. Linares was a good win for Haney, but Linares was on the downside. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I think Pedraza is a better win than anything from Haney and Garcia, primarily because Linares has slid a bit. I agree. I agree. I agree. I'm saying what I'm saying to everybody is this. Because I spent the whole day yesterday defending the Mario Barrios fight and defending the same topic. All I'm saying is this. When we look at the crop of the young fighters and we say who's not fighting who and who's fighting who, his list is better than everybody else's except for maybe Teofimo and Loma. Everybody else list is a little bleak. Now, I'm going to be honest. Right now, until I see something different, not Shakur, but Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, I think if they was to fight Mario Barrios, I think Mario Barrios would give them problems and possibly beat them. And I think Tank would probably beat both of them by stoppage. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia defense is trash. Ryan Garcia, he got dropped by Luke Campbell. And it wasn't a flash knockdown. He got flat caught and flat dropped. You know what I'm saying? He got flat dropped. You know what I'm saying? Tank has be better fighters than all of them except for Tio Lombo. Is a fact. Yeah. Okay, instead of ducking, avoiding may be the better no reason. The 130, why not fight? Who been calling you out from your state? Facts. 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 I'm gonna be honest. All right, let's be honest though. Let's be honest. The whole situation with him and Gary Jr., that's Floyd. That's Floyd. You know what I mean? That's Floyd. Floyd is probably the primary reason why that fight didn't happen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's a long history with that. So that's Floyd. But like I said, uh, just to get everybody up to speed, like I said, the fight that I'm clamoring for and hope that we can get first, let's cause see everything's going to depend on what Bud Crawford does. Because when asked about Gary Antoine Russell, they asked AB about that a few times, and he said, he had a choice between Gary Antoine Russell and Regis. He said he wants to fight Regis. You know what I mean? But Regis could be in line to fight Bud, even though I hate that fight and I think it's a trash fight. But I would rather Regis fight Bud so that way AB will be in line for Gary Antoine Russell. And I think Gary Antoine Russell will put on a great performance against AB, and that will warrant him the Tank fight, because the fight I want is Gary Antoine Russell and Tank. I want that fight. Bad. Bad. Like that's a dream fight for me right now. And I'm not even being funny. This ain't even me talking from being like, this ain't even a DMV. This is just a diehard boxing fan saying that's a fight I want to see. I want to see Tank versus Gary Antoine Russell. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't think he's going back down in weight. I don't think he's going back. I don't think he's going back down in weight because honestly, oh, honestly, I think that once you get up to a certain weight, you know what I mean, and you want to be power. See, when power is your main thing, not saying he don't have nothing else, but what carries him now is his power. Because if he didn't have that power, he wouldn't have got past Barrios. So once you get to that point that power is carrying you, you can't go back down in weight. See what I'm saying? Because when you go back down in weight, your power is not going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't think Tank could beat Gary Antoine. However, it would be a great fight for the DMV. The thing is this. That fight don't matter who wins. We win. We win. Boxing wins and the DMV wins. But boxing wins because that's a great fight. That's a great fight. Because, listen, Gary Antoine is going to give him everything he can handle. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Joshua, I don't want to see Regis call Bud right now. Taylor would make more sense for Bud, but I like Regis. Just think he has unfinished business at 140. Here's the thing. I don't want Regis to fight Bud. The only reason I want Regis to fight Bud or anybody else is because, well, Regis is not going to get a rematch from Josh Taylor. He's not getting a rematch from Josh Taylor. And I only want him to fight Bud, so that would leave AB to fight Gary Antoine. I want Gary Antoine to get AB because I know that would lead to a Tank fight. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to listen. No doubt in my mind, I think he'll beat AB. No disrespect to AB. No doubt in my mind, but I think he'll beat AB. But the X factor is this: if he beats him up or stops him, that's a statement. Whatever you want to say about Adrian Broner, he's never been beat up or stopped. Now he got lumped a little bit against Mandana, but he never got beat up. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about whooped. You know what I'm saying? He took a lumping against Mandana. Okay, we can't say he got whooped there. He got whooped. He got mashed up that time. But I'm talking about other than that, like against Sean Porter and all the rest of them, he didn't get whooped. You know what I'm saying? They bringing Gary to 135. You think Gary Antoine run away right now? Yes. Do I think Gary Antoine Russell ready for Tank right now? Yes. Listen, bro. That boy is special. All of them are. But that one there is special. I'm trying to tell you. That one there is special. He's special. Trust me when I tell you. He is special. And yes, dude, I think he's ready for Tank right now. Yeah, the question is Tank ready for him? I think that's the better question. Tank ready for him? So I'm saying, and honestly, I hope everybody else think like that. I hope everybody think like that. I hope they think that he need to be ready for Tank. No, Tank need to be ready for him. You know what I'm saying? There's a long list of fighters Terrence Crawford should fight before Regis. How about that? But see, here's the thing. This is what Bob is saying. This is what Bob put out there. They put out. I'm glad you're here. They put out. They put out. They put out a list for. They put out a list of Terrence Crawford potential opponents, and they have Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, and Jose Sempenda. How he's even considered a opponent for Terrence Crawford, I have no idea. I have absolutely no. I hope that's a joke. I hope that's a joke because this dude, Jose Zempeda, was at 135 like a year or two, a year like not too long ago. Like this dude fought Pedraza, and matter of fact, that's the same dude that ain't that the dude that just lost to Hank Lundy, but they gave it to him. Matter of fact, he just fought on the undercard. What fight card was Hank Lundy just on? Hank Lundy was just on a fight card not too long ago. That's who Hank Lundy just fought. Hank Lundy beat that fight and they took it from him. Who? What fight card was that? Somebody remind me. Hank Lundy was just on the undercard of somebody's fight and he fought this boy Jose Zempeda that they talking about. And I think Hank Lundy won that fight, but they took it from him. Who was that? Whose fight card was that? That Hank Lundy was on. It was matter of fact, it was on a top rank card. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Whose undercard was that though? Whose undercard was Hank Lundy on? Because I think Hank Lundy won that fight. You know what I mean? And they took it from him. No, he is a top ranked fighter. So this dude Zempeda is a top ranked fighter. No, no. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If he fought Josh Taylor right now, right? Think about it this way. If Bud did fight Josh Taylor, if Bud did fight Josh Taylor, right? And let's say Josh Taylor makes the fight competitive, like win maybe 4 rounds, maybe four, and leave a couple of them out there, couple of them out there. You think Top Rank robs him? Since this could be his last fight in the contract, you think they rob him on just Josh Taylor? Like if you was in Josh Taylor's ear, you might tell Josh Taylor, you know what, this might be the perfect time to catch him. If you fighting Bud, this might be the perfect time to fight him. You know, he got contract situations. He sat back and watched Earl get the fight that he was supposed to get. He in limbo. He got this list of fights that nobody's care about. And then if he fights you, and if he fights you, all you got to do is make the fight competitive. See what I'm saying? He shouldn't be in the convo. The Crawford fight, no doubt. Oh, he was on the Josh Taylor card. I knew that dude Sempeda from somewhere. I kept saying when I seen that list, I kept saying, this Jose Sempeda. Who he fought Hank Lundy. He fought Hank Lundy on the undercard, and Hank beat that man. Speculation has been he could sign with PC. Of course, I don't know. I don't want him to sign with PBC. I don't want him to sign with PBC. Because even if he do sign with PBC, which ain't a bad idea, but we'll never hit the end of it. We'll never hit the end of it. It'll be a meter circus behind him everywhere you go. I don't want him to sign with PBC. I want him to go independent or go to Triller or something like that. I love boxing, but Earl and Jamel are the only ones with the old pedigree. They fighting the best or who beat the best in the division. Oh Lord. I'm gonna say this. Now, the only reason I want Bud out of that top rank contract so he can fight Earl. I just want to get that over with. I just want to get it over with. That's why I don't really care who Bud fight next, as long as it ain't a fight that will call. Even if he fight Josh Taylor and they rob him, I don't care. Still, I want that fight with him and Earl. That's all. If I was him, I would still leave top rank and still fight Earl. Forget the belt. Get that over with, Earl. Get that over with. I need that fight. I need that fight. You know what I mean? But like I said, Turns situation is more of the contract. I think the contract is his problem. Bob is the problem. And we can really go on and on about the issues with those guys on them platforms and all that. You know, we can go and let's just be honest. Bob mishandled that guy because he didn't want. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Let's just be honest. The Eddie Hearns of the world and the Bob Hearns of the world, they don't want another Mayweather. They don't want another. They don't want another black fighter controlling the sport the way Mayweather did, and that's why he wouldn't. He doesn't want to push Bud the way he should have been. He needs to be pushed. There's nowhere in the world that that Bud should be in the predicament that he's in. When it come to Bud, they ain't never got no money. Oh, this fight ain't gonna make money. But when it come to Tyson Fury, they got all the money in the world. See what I'm saying? That's the fight for Bud Spencer. Exactly. Mayweather got everyone afraid of that L. Yeah, he definitely want to fight Earl. Yeah, I definitely think he wants to fight Earl. But yeah, yeah, yeah. He definitely want to fight Earl. Listen, Terrence Crawford. Look, fight is fight. Fight is fight. Fight is fight. But here's the thing. Earl, the thing is this. Bob and Eddie, when it comes to those fights, they mess up the negotiating process. They mess up everything. Everybody don't ever want to admit it. Like if you go to a lot of these other platforms, a lot of other these podcasts and on Twitter and all that, you're gonna see everything that everybody's saying about Bud. They're saying about Earl. Earl's scared. Earl's a coward. You're gonna see all of that. PBC is a cancer of boxing. You're gonna see all of that. But what it really is when it come down to the negotiating tables, because people talk about, well, Tank ain't fighting this or Tank. Listen, Eddie Hearn is not on the phone with Al Heyman right now saying, after that fight I just seen with Tank, please get him in the ring with Devin Haney. He's not doing that. He's not. Bob Arum is not on the phone right now calling, calling Al saying, I want to get Teofimo in the ring with Tank right now. He's not. He's not. They're not doing that. A noisy offering Shakur. He's not doing it. They're not doing that. So what Floyd and all them saying is this, no, we're going to sit here and do what we do over here. We're going to make our money. We're going to fight our fights. We're going to sell out the arenas. And when these other dudes stop playing around and want to make some real money, pick up the phone. And that's all Earl was talking about when it comes to Terrence and them. I'm not fighting Terrence Crawford for no couple $1 million. No, listen, this is the fight y'all told me should be a mega fight. I want mega fight money. And no, we're not sending him an offer to make, no, we're not doing that. We're not splitting revenues. We're not splitting pay-per-views with you if you ain't going to come to the table with no legit money. That's what we're saying. It's not that hard to get along. It's not that hard to figure out. Now, who do you like in Spence versus Pacquiao? Are you serious? I ain't climbing for you. Are you serious? Man, listen. That's Manny's retirement fight. The only thing that can make this fight not what we think it's going to be is if he get that jug. If Manny get that jug, I think Earl can beat him jug and all. But I think if he get that jug, it's going to be a competitive fight. But if you don't get that jug, Earl beat the brakes off him. Everything about Earl Spence is wrong for Manny Pacquiao in this fight. Everything about Earl Spence is wrong for him. You know what I'm saying? Everything about him is wrong. You know what I'm saying? He fighting another southpaw. So that them throwing them punches from the weird angles, that ain't no problem for Earl. Manny don't go good against people that can move. That's Earl. Manny don't do good against people that can fire a bunch of jabs. Nah, man. Fighters fight, but do fighters fight the best? That's where it's getting watered down at. That's where the promoters at, though. That's where the promoters come in. See, the fighters talk trash to each other all the time. Fighters see each other, they get up each other's face, they go at each other on Twitter and all that. The fighters want to do what they want to do. But these promoters sit back and say, okay, do you really need to fight him right now? And if you do fight him right now, what do you do? And where did that lead us? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, Manny, I like that bag. Yeah, Manny, that's what Manny wanted. But let me go back to this. What's the jug? Oh, you don't know? You don't know that magic jug, that man used to get. Man used to get that extra yeah, yeah. He was on that syrup, man. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Manny was on that syrup. Anybody that don't believe it, something wrong with you. Yes, Manny at one point in time was on that syrup. He was on that. He was on that Laffy Taffy. Yes, he had a jug. He had that jug. Anybody that everybody, we all know it. We all know it, man. It started way back years ago, but then when Bama's got hit and started asking for them drug tests, you know, all the knockouts started stopping, right? I mean, before that, he was breaking people eye sockets, knocking people down. He was messing people up, hitting people with one hitter quitters. It was never proven. Oh, it was proven. It wasn't proven in the court of law. It wasn't proven in the court of law. It was proven. Listen, all right, think about this. Think about this. Let's look at something. I'm gonna use Adrian Broner as an example. Listen, this is what I gotta tell people. Look, everything you need to know about boxing, it happens right in front of your face. All you gotta do is watch. See, I keep telling people, if you want to know what's going on with boxing, watch more boxing. You don't need to go on YouTube and look at a bunch of clips and listen to a bunch of people talk what they don't know what they're talking about. Just watch boxing. It all falls in your lap. Look at Adrian Broner for a minute. When Adrian Broner was at 130 and 135, he was knocking everybody out. He had one punch power, right? As soon as he went up to 140, the knockout stopped. When he got up to 147, the knockout stopped. Because when you go up in weight, but so far, like when you start going from 147 and stuff like that to 154, see the weight classes get the distance become bigger. See, when you down to the smaller weight classes, when you're only going from 122 to 126 to 126 to 130, from 130 to 135, that's not a lot of weight. But when you're talking going from 108 to 154 pounds, are you serious? Are you serious? If that man power was that devastating, how did he ever lose? Because y'all gotta remember, Manny got beat. Manny got 7 losses. Manny got 7 losses. And when he was coming up, he got knocked out. His 29th fight as a pro, he got knocked out by wasn't who was my god. I know a dude, Median Servant Crack, somebody like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, dude, the two dudes that knocked them out, you couldn't even Google them. I remember when we was going through the debates back in the day, we tried to Google the first dude to knock him out, and the ballet dancer came up. We couldn't even Google the dude. How horrible a fighter you got to be when we Google your name and a ballet dancer come up. I'm just being honest. That's how horrible the first guy was that knocked Manny out. I'm not here to bash Manny Pacquiao. He was able to have this nice decorated career, but we just being honest. This dude was not that. He was getting mopped up down at them lower weights, and then all of a sudden he come up to all these weights and can't nobody beat him. He was on the job. He was on that jug. That jug, boy, it was some mean stuff in that jug. Boy, that jug was mean. Y'all know it's true. Come on, man. He was getting smashed down there, bro. He was getting smashed down at them lower weights, fighting nobody's getting whooped. Look it up. You got Google. You got Google. Google it. But I'm not here to bash Manny. He here now. Got his belts, all that. But he's going to get beat up when he fight Earl. He's going to get beat up. He didn't take this fight because he thought he could beat Earl. For all you Terrence Crawford fans and all you Earl haters, he didn't take this fight because he thought he could beat Earl. He took this fight because this fight can give him the money that he asked for. Sound like floppy gloves and dents in the side of skulls, and who was Freud knocking out before the second Wilder fight? Wild boar right before your eyes. All right. Here's my issue with that, y'all. We've been talking about this for a year. I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to say this again. I don't know if that's true or it's not. It very well could be true. But my problem is this. In a fight of that magnitude, and in the situation that Deontay Wilder and his camp was in, everything that he's talking about, he could have controlled. Because when you're the A side, you control everything. Go back to the time when Mandana tried to put some gloves on with no padding in there. And Floyd, people called him to the table. Floyd grabbed the gloves, was like, nah, he not wearing them. That's the same power Deontay Wilder had. You got the power to test his gloves. Somebody from your camp, no disrespect to Deontay Wilder, but instead of y'all out there doing videos and doing all the other stuff you was doing to promote the fight, somebody should have been at that table with their hands on every set of pair of gloves they laid out for Fury. Touch every last one of them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Touch every last one of them, bro. And then when they get back in there, your man, look, when they putting them hand wraps on his tape, JD's or whoever, they should have been sitting right there. I don't like that stitch. That's what they should have been doing. If you didn't do that, don't come talking to me after the man bust your face open. I'm sorry. Because you had everything that went on. You had somebody from your camp should have been there on every level to prevent that from happening. That does not happen in major fights. You know what I'm saying? No, I picked Wilder for both fights. I thought he would at least do something different during the second fight, but he didn't. He did do something different on the second fight. He got whooped. He did something different. He did something very different. He got whooped. Yeah, man. Oh, listen, listen. Wilder got big money, and that's the thing about this dude. Listen, Wilder, the dude, and all the stuff he does outside of boxing. I thought May paid 10 mil for that so that he did not use them. Nah, he didn't. Nah, he didn't. Nah, he didn't. No, no, he didn't have to pay 10 mil for that. What it was this. Mayweather, listen, everybody clown Floyd. Oh, Floyd the coward, and Floyd trying to dictate the narrative. No, Mandana was trying to put some gloves on without no pad in them, and he caught him and said, since you want to do that, I'm gonna pick your gloves for you. And he picked up a pair of he picked some pillars. He picked some pillars. But that's your fault. That's your fault. When I gave you a chance to pick your own gloves, you tried some funny stuff. So now I'm gonna pick your gloves for you. Wilder had that same power. Wilder had that same power. That's why, listen, I feel sorry for anybody. If you got cheated in a fight, of course, I'm not advocating that anybody should be cheated because you're actually putting your life on the line. That's what I'm saying. It's that serious. You people have been killed in the boxing ring. You can get seriously hurt in the boxing ring. Why would you not have somebody dialed in? I know one thing. This third fight, it better be somebody at that table when Tyson Fury come to that table. I bet you that. It better be somebody at that table. And then when he go back in that room and they rap, it better be somebody there. It better be a camera on his hand. Now after that, when that thing go ding, there's no more excuses. You have nowhere to go to. I didn't ever want him to fight Fury twice and a third time because I wanted him to get to Anthony Joshua first. I did. So I wasn't mad when they were trying to put the Fury Joshua fight together. I wasn't mad at that. But we here now. We here now. The only thing I want Deontay to do if he don't win, I want him to at least survive. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. So yeah, Deontay, listen, I don't want to hear none of that. Listen, for all y'all out there, I'm not hating on Deontay. I'm not hating on Deontay. But when you are the A side this is a pay-per-view fight. You know what I mean? You're not fighting no regular fight. You fighting a pay-per-view fight. You at the creme of the creme. You know what I mean? You got the biggest and the best representation in the game. Nowhere in the world that man supposed to got anything in his gloves. Nowhere in the world them gloves should have been floppy and none of that. So if he cheated you, y'all let him. You let him. Like Bill Belichick, in the words of Bill Belichick, it ain't cheating till you try. True is he can't be Fury. You said it yourself after the first fight. You didn't want the rematch because it would ruin Wilder. Now, what I tell you about misquoting me? I said I didn't want Wilder to fight Fury again because I thought one would ruin the other. Now it turned out that Fury was the one that did the ruining, but I didn't want I wanted one of them to fight Joshua before they fought again. But you somewhat accurate on that. You somewhat accurate on that. But like I told everybody earlier, I told them I want Deontay Wilder to win. But right now, if I'm picking the winner, I'm picking Tyson Fury. I'm going with Tyson Fury because because I'm seeing what he's doing in the gym. And I'm seeing him moving faster. I like the head movement, but he's still throwing a straight right hand. I need an uppercut. I need him seeing throwing punches from different angles, uppercuts, hooks, something. I can't, you can't really, you know what I'm saying? That straight right hand, Tyson Fury is on to that. Now, maybe the speed of it coming now may get it to Tyson Fury a little better. Maybe. I like that he's throwing body shots, but it's still straight punches. Facts. I give you that. 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 That's a valid argument. I argue that. For those that had that argument, I have a problem with that. I mean, I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? And pretty sure that even after that, that would have changed everything. We could have been on to Anthony Joshua. We could have been on to Anthony Joshua and some more stuff. Yeah, that did change everything, man. And nobody saw what happened last February coming. Nobody saw that coming. You know what I mean? Nobody saw him getting completely demolished. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I'm confused. Was it the gloves or the trainer drugged them or his outfit was too heavy? Woo, you hot today. You hot today. You hot today. Listen, we just said, baby, listen. Come July 24th, next month, next month, and I'm gonna tell y'all the truth now. I'm gonna cover one of these fights live. I'm either going to that fight or I'm going to cover the Spence Pacquiao fight. I'm gonna cover one of them. I'm really trying to debate which one I'm gonna cover. But listen, at the end of that fight, at the end of this next fight, no excuses. I'm pretty sure everything will get checked. That Bama better come in that ring with a sweatsuit on, or a tank top and some shorts. He better not have nothing on. He better not have no kind of costume on. I mean nothing. He better not even have no jewelry on. Nothing. I mean, if he come in the ring with a wristwatch on, I'm gonna tell somebody, hey man, get on the phone, tell him get it all. I don't want nothing on him. There better be somebody at that table with them gloves, and somebody better be back there while them hand get wraps. I'm serious. I'm dead serious, man. It better not be none of that going on, so it won't be no excuses, man. All right, man. What y'all got, man? We've been going and going. What y'all got for me today, man? What else y'all got for me, man? Appreciate all the love today, man. Team Lonely Child, man. Y'all showing big love. Keep the questions coming. What y'all got going on? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What's popping? You're talking about you confused. Was it his gloves, his trainer drug deal, or his outfit? I know you picking fur. I know you picking fur. I'm picking fur. I mean, I ain't mad at that. I'm picking fur. Because, I mean, to me, I just got to see something different. He's on to that straight right hand. Regardless of you, whatever we saying was going on with his gloves and all that, in both fights, he's been able to get out of the way of that right hand. Now he did catch him at the end of that first fight, but that was the 12th round. So still, up until those rounds where he knocked him down, he was struggling. See what I'm saying? And like I said, this Sugar Hill got Tyson Fury on some other stuff, man. He got Tyson Fury on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna be no walk in the park. You know what I mean? It's definitely gonna be a tough walk in. I mean, Sugar Hill said he taught Tyson Fury how to knock people out with one punch. That I want to see. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. That would be devastating. That would be devastating, man. If he hit that man with one shot and knock him clean out, that would be devastating. It would be. I don't think he can though. I don't think Sugar Hill. I don't know how you teach somebody how to do that. You can teach somebody how to knock somebody out with one punch. I don't know. I mean, that's a different level. You know what I mean? I'm not no trainer, so I'm pretty sure that somebody, it may be possible. I just ain't never seen nobody just teach somebody who hasn't been a puncher how to knock somebody out with one punch. I ain't never seen that. You know, Sugar Hill might be something new. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me, y'all. Having fun up in here. Did you watch Little Younger Monster? Yes. Yes. Hey, those were some nice fights last night. Those were some nice fights last night. See, that's what I'm talking about, everybody. Watch more boxing. Don't worry about the name sometimes. That was a nice fight. He looked nice, though. I like him. You know what I'm saying? Like the little his little check hook he threw. You know, like again, shout out to Trayvon the Sniper Marshall Also, Andrew Council, who's also part of the Boxing the DC group up in here. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? They did their thing last night. It was some good fights last night. That cruiserweight fight, Pachi and Glatton and Morrell versus Cazares, man, them boys was rumbling last night, man. It was some good fights, man. But listen, that's why I can't understand why all these people are complaining, man. Boxing is back, y'all. So what? We may not some of the fights we wanted, we didn't get, but some we have got some good fights. We got some good fights. You know what I mean? I seen some good fights. The only thing I was mad about the Tank fighter that I wasn't home watching it. I had to watch it on my phone at work. But man, that was a beaut. It was some good fights. It was some good fights. Lubin was some good fights. You know, sad to see that the youngin, you know, his career probably going way south right now. You know what I mean? He probably fight Danny Garcia next. You know, Danny trying to go to 154. He'll probably use him to make a name or something. But yeah. Yeah. What else y'all got, man? What else y'all got, man? I'm keeping it rolling. I'm keeping it rolling. If y'all got it, y'all got something for me, I got something for you. Let's go. I'm keeping it rolling, man. I mean, I'm enjoying myself up here. Beautiful, beautiful time up here, man. And we do this for those that don't know, we do this every Monday, at least every Monday at 3 p.m. Team Lonely Child Boxing, you know what I mean? And please, all y'all, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe. Follow. You know what I mean? Share. Also, we www.lonelychildmerch.com. I'm getting all my plugs out now, man. You know, lonelychildmerch.com, man, is all support, man. Cause listen, what it is this, man. This is a real boxing company. I just do the media side of it, but outside of this, we have actual guys out here who are training. You know, we got a couple guys that's probably going to the nationals next year and things like that, man. So, like I said, man, we just trying to grow in the sport of boxing, and we also want to be an outlet because you know, we got into this, man, because we didn't want to, like, it's so many, you know, shows and sites and that you deal with where they don't do nothing but bash our fighters and change the narratives and things like that. And we didn't want to do that, man. We want to give y'all the real content, man, and big up the fighters that need to be bigged up, man. Because, you know, a lot of fighters that we like and love, they just get dragged on these other sites. Now, for sure, I watched everyone. Boxing is back. I will give you that. Still gotta make these top fights happen. What fight? Okay, everybody that's still on here right now. What's your dream fight right now? Put your dream fights out. Put them up right now. If you can get one fight now, what fight would that be? Actually, if you got more than one, that's fine too. But if you got one fight, what would it be? People need to watch. People need to watch these young hungry fighters. Yeah. But what's your dream fight? If you got one fight, what would it be right now? My fight right now, I'm telling y'all, y'all keep. Everybody gonna think I'm crazy, but remember I said it first. The fight I want, Tank versus Gary Antoine Russell. That's the fight I want. I want that fight bad, 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 like drug addict bad. That's how bad I want that fight. You see that man? See that man behind me? Well, I'm on the wrong side. See that man behind me right there, baby? I want somebody to prove that, man. What you think about Big Charlo? His little brother done showed him up. I think because of his competition, everyone used to want to unify. Now I just think people want to avoid that. Spence Crawford, bomb burner right there. Now, all right, all right. Let me say this before we. Let me say this. Big Charlo situation is when he got to 160. Most of the belts at 160 are controlled by Eddie Hearn or pretty much Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn and the Zone controlled all those belts at 160 and most of the belts at 168. So Eddie Hearn pretty much controlled that. And he did, and at the same time, it's a long lasting issue between Charlo and Boo Boo Andre, but it's to the point now that us as fans don't really care no more. He just got to fight Boo Boo Andre. I mean, they shouldn't have had to fight each other. They shouldn't have had to fight each other in order to get bigger fights, but it's too far gone now. He needs to fight Boo Boo Andre. Either that or go up and fight Benavidez, but he has to fight one of them. And because, like I said, because to me, Lil Bro should be still undefeated. I don't think Tony Harrison won that first fight, and it shouldn't be an L on his resume. But he did come back and right the wrong. But yeah, Lil Bro has definitely see Jamel don't care. See, Jamel don't care. Every single person that had some type of status or belt that was anywhere near 54, Jamel was with it. Jamel was with it. Jamel didn't care. Hey, Jerry Hurt, let's get it. Oh, J Rock, oh, let's get it. Oh, Rasario, let's get it. Oh, Lubin, let's get it. Jared was there. You know what I'm saying? Jared was there. Jared was there. Oh, you talking about a bomb burner between Tank and uh 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 Gary Antoine? Hey man, look. I done said that a few times today and a few times during this podcast. I'm telling you right now, man. I want that fight. I want that fight. You know what I'm saying? I want that fight, yo. You know what I'm saying? So that's that, man. So with that being said, y'all, listen, this has been a wonderful, wonderful time. I appreciate the love and support. Shout out to the Boxing the DC group. Shout out to all y'all that's following and subscribing. I already gave the shout out to the Black Eye Media Room, man. My man, well connected, and all y'all that's keeping it good. Appreciate y'all for checking out, man. We do this every Monday at 3 p.m. Team Lonely Child Boxing, man. Hold on. He different. It's the trainer of the year. He keeps them boys ready. You talk about Dirt. You talking about Dirt? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he is. Yeah, Dirt. See, that's the thing. See, that's what I'm saying. How's that man never got trainer of the year? How that man never got trainer of the year? It's crazy to me. This man got two fighters on the cusp of being undefeated. Two fighters unified world champions and ain't never got a trainer of the year. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. All y'all, man. Thank y'all for tapping in with me, man. Again, man. Woo, man. This was beautiful, bro. This was beautiful, man. Appreciate y'all. Shout outs on the next one, man. Till the next time, man. Team Lonely Child Boxing. One.